All right, so I'm aproned up. I got the headband on, and I was going to start working on the guitar, but a little issue we have. That entire area is covered in crap. The table that I'm at is also covered in crap. That's good enough. That took 23 minutes just to get that one cleared. The worst part is I have all of that still to do. Granted, I think like half of it's my crap. All of that just to be able to have enough space for shooting and for working on the guitar. So that heel, you can see the shape. There's a shelf and it needs to be more of a taper. And then we're going to be putting wood filler on because it's a very porous wood. I just bought the first thing I could find. I'm not really a Minwax fan, but it was there. I want this heel to be more progressive in the transition. I've already gotten it pretty close, but I had my break, I had some coffee, talked a little bit about wood species with my dad because he taught me like everything I know. So if you guys don't spend time with your parents or you don't live with your parents, give them a call. You know, let them know you care about them. If they didn't, if they abandoned you and they like walked out, maybe like I don't know, get some therapy. I don't know. This is just a microplane. Use this all the time for grading vegetables. Yeah, that's getting there. Yeah, it doesn't take much. This is very soft wood. So this is Carina. This is not a normal everyday wood that you guys will see. Mahogany is very commonly used on guitar bodies. Fenders use alder and they used to use ash. And actually, Gibson just released Carina models of this, the original recreations. They cost 10 grand. So, you know, you could say I'm building a $10,000 guitar, and I might even use that in a thumbnail. Recreating a $10,000 guitar for $450 in labor. You know, something like that. That'd be pretty good. You can kind of see it. It's got like a flow to it. It's got like a curve to it. If you're just like doing this, and then you're going to like there, this is, see the thumbs there? It's like a pretty comfortable spot. So I'm living with that. And now we're gonna go into sanding and then we will put on pore filler. So I will see you over at the sanding station. This is a downdraft table, this thing with all the little holes. Because of the downdraft table, I have to run the dust collector, which is the big orange thing behind me. So you guys, let us get a quick little montage. This is 100 on here. I'm gonna go all the way up to 180. Done with 100, now on to 120. Well, that's awkward. Alrighty, I conferred with my dad and he said that I should just go straight into pore filler and then do sanding seal over top, which makes sense in my brain. That's what I should have done, but I just wanted to confer because the pore filler is designed to sink in and to drink, and then you're going to be putting something over top of that. And sanding sealer, which is basically just lacquer with extra stuff added to it, would basically be a guard between, it's going to be a guard between the sanding sealer and the top coats. So it makes sense in my head that you would do the pore filler first. So I'm going to blow this puppy out, get all the sand and everything I can out of here, and then we'll do pore filling, and then we got to let it sit. Okay, so I have sanded this up to 120 grit, and now I'm going to apply pore filler. And I do not have a plastic squeegee. I cannot find one. So I'm going to use this piece of MDF. No, I'm sorry. This is masonite, which is very similar to MDF, but it is tempered on one side. You know, I'm going to do the back side first because it's a big flat area, and I'm going to practice the easiest thing. So I can just sniff it. Latex formula. So I need a little bit of water. So you can see how that is like coming out as a paste. I thought this was going to be more liquid-like in the way in the consistency. So I'm going to do this. I need a stick. All right, so the pore filler that I've seen on StewMac, which is like the place to get the guitar stuff, is thinner in consistency. I'm gonna need a little bit more. We're just mixing it to like a consistency that I can work with. I am very familiar with Bondo, so I am trying to get a Bondo-like consistency. There's also a lot more grit in here than I was expecting. No. See, this is still water. I'm gonna pour some out. It's all experimenting, you know? I'm still learning. Kind of want like stiff mud, almost. And then we're just gonna take this and we're just gonna dredge it along. Yeah, see, this is very much not going as planned, and it's already drying up, much like stuff I'm used to on a household project. So this is why we experiment on the biggest part, which is the easiest part to sand out in case something's wrong. Okay, I did a lot of research. The thing that I found that is the best alternative to not buying a $35 quart is using joint compound. So just standard old joint compound. This is, I'm assuming 90 is 90 minute, which is a really long time. So I'm gonna have to like put this on and wait. So I'm gonna mix it up. And the reason we have a powder is because it lasts indefinitely. 90-minute working time, there you go, it says on here. So you can see on the front of the color the way it is. And then you see on the back how it's all yellow. The other one also stained it and made it this weird color. Luckily, it's opaque, so I don't really care about that. But we're just gonna take, I already put some joint compound in here in that cup, and we're just gonna take it. Luckily, I know what consistency I want, and this is much more controllable in this than in the other thing. And it's gonna mix with the other stuff I have in there, and I don't particularly care. And it is like that. Throw it on there. Did I not get my dredge? Did I get my tool? Apparently not. Well, I'll just use another side of this. So I'm gonna use the same thing. Oh yeah, okay, that's way better. This is actually doing what I expected it to. I can see white. That's the big thing. The guy who was doing this he dyed his because he was trying to get the grain to pop, and he was also putting oil over it. I am not doing that, so I care a little bit less, and by a little bit I mean a lot less, about the color of everything, because I am just putting opaque lacquer over it. I think this is an ugly grain anyway as it is, so it's not the end of the world. If it looks a tad uglier. So basically I'm almost just treating this like normal joint compound, which is something I have a lot of experience with, thank the Lord. With joint compound, as thick as it is, it does shrink. But I think between sanding sealer and everything else, I'm okay. And I'm gonna put a lot up here because I know that I have unevenness with that joint that I fixed. And this is starting to work hard in a little bit, and that's no big deal. I actually kind of prefer the white because I can see it a little bit easier than I can other stuff. That's pretty good. So the other thing I'm gonna do is, because I have this and I have some recessed spots, I'm just gonna float this stuff in here, because now I'm actually just doing joint compound work. You can see right there that thick center of white because I didn't have that perfect. Yeah, not my finest right now, but I also don't have the right tools. And I don't want to use metal because metal is going to scrape the wood and it's going to create unnecessary scratches. I am going to have to find my plastic squeegee somewhere between now and the next coating that I do. You know, it's still risky. We're not going to pretend like this is without risk. I've got all these holes in here. I don't know how this is going to, okay, I think I can make it work. Howdy, what's up?
What are you doing?
Recording.
Why?
Because I want to document the process.
Gonna put it on YouTube, are you?
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. You know, the worst part is the rounding the edges. Yeah, I'm not really sure how I'm going to do the neck. I don't know how I'm supposed to do it for a rounded edge. That kind of scares me.
Did you?
What?
What did you use this on?
What?
These?
I haven't used them.
I don't believe you. It's got goo all over the.
Okay. You're not going to believe that you get goo everywhere, because this place was an absolute pigsty. This has 90 minutes, but some of the stuff's already like sandable.
Well, 90 minutes is kind of putting a skim coat on your wall. When you're filling stuff that you're doing with holes in it like that, there's a chance that it's going to dry a whole lot quicker than.
Yeah, the back already feels like ready to go. Looks pretty nasty. We'll see what happens after sanding. The reason I'm using a block with a flat face is because it's much more likely to keep everything flat. If I use my hand or I use a palm sander, it has a much bigger margin of error for me to roll it or do something weird and not have it come out flat. Awful idea. I think it's good enough for now before doing a second coat. I'm gonna let this sit overnight. I don't want to keep getting it wet. I want it to cure out fully before I put the next one on. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna do today. I am going to blast this off and then I'm gonna go down and maybe play some video games or something. Okay, so it's the next day. I got some sleep. I let everything cure out and this feels much drier down at the body. And I'm gonna sand all of this off and we'll see what happens. Okay, I think I'm okay with this. Sand it to like 180 and then we're gonna spray sanding sealer. So yeah, let's get to it. Everything's covered in sawdust here. And we're gonna spray sanding sealer. That's basically all that's gonna happen.
Missed it. You ignored it. You disobeyed it. That is the definition. Debate. They have.
Okay, you're gonna get not headshot. It's gonna be the lady from Powerpuff Girls. I don't remember her name.
Hello, Mayor. Good day, Ms. Bellum.
Furniture lacquer sealer. We also call it sanding sealer. They changed the name at some point. We buy from a local place called Worth. You should be able to find this online and find a local dealer. We like the stuff, use it a lot with good success. And I'm stirring this just because there is like a little pieces of aggregate or something like that that you want mixed in. So anyway, I'm just gonna put this lid on, and then you take this and pour this opposite so it looks different. It looks wrong, almost. I don't know how much I need, so I'm just gonna pour some in, and I can always just pour it back in when I'm done. But you can see, and this won't leak out unless I like pull the trigger, so I'm okay. So when I am going to spray out there, I will have a mask on because you don't mess around with that. This stuff is very bad for your lungs. I haven't done this in a very long time. Lots of learning going on. It has been a while since I've sprayed. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, I got enough for the top. I'll come back in a few minutes and then I'll flip it over and we'll do the top. That was so much better than the first time I did that. See, I don't know. It's like, it's okay. It's not great, it's not bad. All right, this is already flashed off. I'm gonna throw a second coat on here. Because you can obviously see that I need to fill more pores. All right, that coat is done. When that flashes off, I'll take care of the headstock. We'll spray the headstock and then we'll go for round two. Alrighty, I already treated the headstock, sanded it down, and sprayed it off. So we're just gonna put sanding sealer on it. Oh, it still looks wrong. Dang it. I thought that was going to come out different. You can see very obviously on how it's sitting in that it's still not level. I also got way too much in there. So let's see, at least even it out. It actually doesn't look as ugly as I thought it would. It's still not great. Not a big fan of it overall. But I'm going to scuff this thing down. Oh, and here's the headstock. Here's the sheen issue. You can see how it's, some parts are shiny and some parts are dull. And I was hoping that spraying sanding seal over that would make it, you know, not an issue, but it's not. So I'm going to have to strip that down and do that. But we'll do that a little bit later. I am just going to scuff this thing down and see where we stand in terms of finish. So I'm just going to use this fine pad, literally just says fine, Scotch pad. I don't have another one that's better. There was one, but I don't know where it is. So I'm just going to scuff this. Okay, basically now it's just scrutinizing it in the light to see issues, things like that. I can see definitely voids in the grain. Some of the stuff looks really flat and it looks like it did what it's supposed to. Like if I'm doing it like this. I might take a little bit of water and see. Just like a dear little bit. I missed a little bit right here. I can feel it. So yeah, that is, yeah, I'm good for today. That's it for this video. I'll come back another day and address some stuff. But thanks for watching. I've been working a lot on this. I need a break. I'm probably going to play some video games or edit this video or something. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next video if you are so kind as to join me. So have a good day.